next test we're going to do is the alkalinity test. That is the green box in the step-by-step instructions on the test kit, and we're going to use the green bottles to do that. Now, the water sample size we need for this one is the 25 milliliter hash mark, which is right in the middle. So we're going to take a sample. I always make a habit of rinsing out the vial with the first solution, just so we don't have any residue from any previous tests, to throw this current test off. I've gone a little higher than the 25 milliliter mark, but we can level off.
What is alkalinity in short?
And alkalinity, in short, is basically, it's something that helps stabilize chlorine and pH. Okay. That's the short answer. Otherwise, it's very technical and complicated.
And that's why they don't ask for it, because if those do it right, then they pretty much know the alkalinity.
Correct. Now, what we're going to do is, on our total alkalinity test, we're going to, typically when these bottles are in order, there's our, and the bottles are typically numbered in a numerical order. We're going to take R007, and we want to add 2 drops if we have, there's the new bottle. Yep. Okay. We add 2 drops of the R007. And then we swirl it around. Nothing's going to happen, but what that's doing is that is attaching to the molecules that are related to alkalinity. Then we're going to take 5 drops of the R008, which is a green colored solution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to turn that solution green. That's indicating that we have alkalinity in the water, but we need to know how strong that alkalinity is. And to do that, we take our R009, which is sulfuric acid, and we're going to add the drops until that solution turns from green to pink. And we're just going to shake it a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it turned to pink. So we added 7 drops. Each drop is 100 parts per million of alkalinity. So it's 10. Each drop is 10 parts. So if we added 7 drops times 10, that would mean that our alkalinity level is at 70 parts per million. Typically, we like to see that alkalinity at around, depending on the body of the water, you hear different ranges of anywhere from 70 to 100 parts per million. 80 to 90 is considered the sweet spot. If it's at 80, so we're a little bit lower on our alkalinity. Now what this can happen, having lower alkalinity can affect the reading, or it can affect the other tests. It can affect what your chlorine reading is. It can affect what your pH reading reads at. So when the alkalinity is balanced, we get a more accurate test for the free chlorine. So that having a lower alkalinity could actually affect what we get on a reading on this test for free chlorine, even though the monitor may be reading higher and it may be picking up on how much free chlorine is actually in the water, but our test is reading lower because that alkalinity reading can throw that off.
How can we manually adjust the alkalinity?
Well, the best way to do that is when you take your readings, call your readings into the remote monitoring center. They know the exact size of your pool, and they have calculators right in front of them where they can tell you, okay, you need to add some total alkalinity or baking soda, or they can tell you what needs to be added and what amount needs to be added. Yes, it can be baking soda. You can need to add straight muriatic acid to speed up the process, but they can help through that, and that's what we're monitoring. Remote monitoring helps through, and that is a big reason why it's imperative that the readings be tested, or the readings be taken and called into remote monitoring once a week, because then they can help keep up on that, where your interaction with the system helps maintain a better, more consistent